Sitaram. I'm here with Deputy Consular Chief at the U.S. Embassy, Mr. Kevin Augley. Sitaram, so how are you?
I'm very good, thank you very much. Yes, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. It's great to catch up with you here at the Support Autism TNT Fun Day. I'd like to ask you about your role here today.
So really I'm here just representing the US Embassy just to show support for this incredible afternoon activity. I'm really proud to be here. The work that Support Autism TT does is fantastic. So really I'm just here to support and just to enjoy myself as well with the adults, the parents and the children as well.
Great. How did you first hear about the Support Autism TNT Fun Day?
So just reading in the press, and I've been reaching out to a lot of different organizations because the US Embassy has recently launched something called Quiet Mondays. So we now have special interviews for children who are on the autism spectrum. We realize that it can be sometimes tough and difficult with all the noise and all the people in a waiting room. So if you are a child or even an adult with disabilities or on the autism spectrum, we can accommodate your visa interview a lot easier. So when we were promoting this, I started to reach out to different organizations to let people know, because there's no point having a service unless you let people know about it. So I encourage anybody who finds going to a visa interview stressful, who has a disability or is on the autism spectrum, please send an email to us at the embassy at consularpos@state.gov, and we can hopefully accommodate your make things easier for you.
Oh, great stuff. So you heard it right here on TV Jaagriti. If you have a child with autism and you have to go through that process of acquiring a US visa, and we do know the process takes some time. You can actually, there's something called Sensory Mondays, is it?
Quiet Mondays. So what we do is we have an empty waiting room, so there's none of the kind of peripheral noise that can make people feel awkward. We dim the lights, we turn the televisions off, and we realize it's not just difficult for the applicants, but it's difficult for the carers as well. So we're trying to do everything we can to make it as less stressful as possible.
I have to say, Mr. Augley, this sounds very positive and progressive. So you heard it right here on TV Jaagriti. And you can send an email to, remind us of that email again?
Yes, it's Consular, POS, CONSULAR @pos.gov.
Wow, at pos.gov. So you actually heard it here first. Of course, you can connect with us at Radio and TV Jaagriti, and we'll remind you as well of that email address. I think it's great. So far, what have you been up to today so far at the Fun Day?
Well, so what's really impressed me most of all is just walking around and seeing all the different volunteers. I'm so impressed with the number of volunteers from South who are helping out on this particular Fun Day, and even more so in this wider issue. Support Autism TT does an incredible job of giving opportunities both to young people and to adults with autism. And I just really am impressed by how many people are involved and how many people really care about this issue. My nephew has autism, my brother-in-law has autism, and my own son has Asperger's. So this is an issue that's personally close to me. But for these issues to really gain traction, they need governments to talk about these issues. They need people who don't have those personal connections to be involved. So it's wonderful seeing people who don't necessarily have those family connections, but who really care about making a difference. So again, just to let you know, I'm so impressed, so thrilled to see the volunteers.
I think it's fantastic, and thank you on their behalf for being here also. So I'm a bit curious, so as we wrap the interview, maybe you can talk about your role at the US Embassy. Exactly what does a Deputy Consular Chief do?
Well, so I have two roles at the Embassy. I'm the Deputy Consular Chief, and I'm also the US Embassy's liaison to Tobago. So in my day-to-day job here in Port of Spain, we manage all the consular functions, which would be visas for temporary travel to the United States, permanent travel to the United States, maybe reuniting families, but also helping Americans who are over here in Trinidad and Tobago. In my other role, I get to travel to Tobago and try and discuss the political, economic and social issues in Tobago.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Augley, for being with us here on TV Jaagriti and sharing a bit about yourself and your role here at Support Autism TNT.
Thank you very much for having me, and thank you Support Autism TT for inviting me to this event.
Vani Sunath of the Siblings and Friends Network connected to support autism, TNT. Sitaram to you, Vani. How are you today?
Sitaram, I'm fine, thank you.
So we are at Support Autism TNT Fun Day. We promised we would be on location. So it's good to catch up with you outside, a little bit different from the studio, isn't it?
It is.
All right, so can you explain to us or describe for us what is going on inside at the Fun Day?
So here at Support Autism Trinidad and Tobago Fun Day, you see different booths from different schools and other organizations. So UTT, COSTAT, and other, as we mentioned before, Interact. And so Interact from MUDSEC, Interact from Naparima Girls. And each of them are doing different activities with the kids.
Excellent. Now I see a couple games being played. So I noticed a brand tub right to the left of you here. Explain to me what we can find in this brand tub, or what is it?
So the brand tub is just basically dip your hand in, and if you're lucky enough, you can find like a toy, or maybe even luckier and something bigger.
All right, well, I will definitely try my luck. Well, I will definitely try my luck later on.
Sure.
All right, thanks so much, Vani, and I'll catch up with you later.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Continuing with all the action here at Naparima Girls College in San Fernando. Of course, lots of activity at the Support Autism TNT Fun Day 2018. And with me, I have someone no stranger to radio and TV Jaagriti, Mr. Ricardo Mead, founder and director of El Socorro Center for Wildlife Conservation. And he has a friend with him. His name is Chang. Nice to meet you, Chang. Thank you for letting me touch you. Ricardo, how are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. It's a wonderful day. The weather is great, and it's great to see all these lovely smiling faces out here today.
Awesome. What's your role at the Support Autism TNT Fun Day today?
We've brought down an interactive wildlife display, so we've brought several animals, and people are getting an opportunity to have a bit of an education about wildlife, as well as some connection, a little bit of touching, and making that connection with the wildlife to understand we're them, they're us, we're all in this thing together, one planet Earth. It's all about love and support.
Awesome. Now tell me about this beauty, Chang, today.
Chang is one of our latest ambassador birds. He was rescued, and sometimes we name the animals after the rescuer. The lady's last name happened to be Chang, so we called her Chang. Sorry, it's a female, so she watches me cross, I guess, sometimes. And she's fully flighted, but she doesn't realize that she's an owl and she should be out there killing and so on there. So we're trying our best to give her that opportunity to learn about the wild, but she loves people, she loves interacting with people, so she's making a great ambassador thus far.
Awesome, Chang. It was lovely to meet you today. She is such a beauty. So why is it that she hasn't realized her function as an owl was something when she was first introduced to the Wildlife Conservation Center? What condition did you meet her in?
Well, the early stage, she was in great condition. The lady did a good job of taking care of her. The only problem is the owl formed that attachment and began to think of human as mommy. So that is a trend that is very hard to reverse. It's called imprinting. So we're working on it. And in the meantime, she's learning now to hunt, which is a great stage that she'll have to do to be able to survive in the wild.
Great, because I actually find it so interesting that I'm able to interact with her like this in such a tactile way, that I'm able to touch her, and she does not mind in any way at all. Do you think it's dangerous? It's a barn owl, isn't it?
Yes, this is a barn owl, one of the most common owls in the world.
Right. So do you you think this actually harms her, or it's just part of who she is?
It's part of who she is and how she was brought up. She's very okay with human contact.
All right, so what other animals did you bring for the kids today?
Or there's a whole host of animals back here in this tent. We have snakes, 3 different kinds of snakes. We have 3 different kinds of owls. We have a hawk. We have a falcon. We have a pink toe and a Trinidad chevron tarantula. We have rats and we have mice. So we got a whole lot of animals right back there in that tent.
So you brought Tiger today?
No, Tiger isn't here, but we have Flash, which is a great ambassador also. He's a caracara, one of the most common hawks. Well, not hawks, he's a falcon actually. And he has only 1 wing.
Oh wow, well we're looking forward to meeting all of our animal friends today. Thanks so much, Ricardo, for catching up with us on TV Jaagriti.
Thank you for taking the time and stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Same to you. Hello again. What fun we had here at the Support Autism TNT Fun Day 2018. Of course, our location right now, Naparima Girls College in San Fernando. Lots of activities we showed you. We caught up with founder and director Dr. Radhika Mahes. We spoke to some of the participants, some of the well-wishers here, and of course, representative from the U.S. Embassy. We certainly had a fun time today. Hope you did as well. I certainly did. And we caught up with Ricardo Mead, who's the founder and director of the El Socorro Center for Wildlife Conservation. And with me, I have some friends here accompanying me to say goodbye to you today. With me, I have Jack Sparrow. Now, Jack Sparrow is no stranger to radio and TV Jaagriti. Jack actually graced the conversation set, and we heard about him. And with me here to say goodbye, we have Mort, Flash, and Chang. Chang is a barn owl, very, very beautiful indeed. We caught up with Chang earlier with Ricardo, hope you remember. Well, folks, so that's it for me here at San Fernando. We hope to catch up with Dr. Mahes in next year's installment of the Support Autism TNT Fun Day. All right, remember April is Autism Awareness Month. Before I go, I want to say a big thank you, a special thank you to all our kind sponsors who made today's program possible. So until next time, friends, take care. It's Sitaram from me, Jack Sparrow, Mort, Flash, and Chang. See